If you're wiring an analog off-delay timer, there are 10 connections you absolutely need to get right. Get just one of them wrong, and the timer won't operate as intended. In this lesson, I'll show you exactly how to wire all 10 using a practical industrial control circuit, explain how the timer works, and demonstrate everything step by step. Before we begin wiring, let's take a look at the components we'll be using throughout this project. We have a 24-volt DC power supply, an analog off-delay timer, a plug-in relay with its relay socket, a photoelectric sensor, an indicator lamp, terminal blocks mounted on a DIN rail. Step 1. Connecting the power supply. The first step is to power our control circuit. Begin by connecting the incoming AC main supply to the 24-volt DC power supply. Step 2. Installing the terminal blocks. Next, mount the terminal blocks onto the DIN rail. Step 3. Distributing the DC supply. Now, let's distribute the DC voltage throughout the control circuit. Connect the positive output of the power supply to the positive terminal block. Then connect the 0-volt output to the 0-volt terminal block. From this point onward, every device in the circuit will obtain its operating voltage from these terminal blocks. This keeps the wiring clean, organized, and easy to understand. Step 4. Wiring the analog off-delay timer. Now let's wire the analog off-delay timer. Connect the live wire to terminal 2, also referred to as terminal A1. This supplies one side of the timer's operating voltage instead of connecting neutral directly to terminal 7, which is A2, routed through one of the relay contacts. This is an important part of the control logic because the relay determines when the timer is energized and when the off-delay sequence begins. At this stage, the timer is not yet operational because we still need to complete the relay wiring. Step 5. Wiring the photoelectric sensor. Next, let's connect the photoelectric sensor. Industrial photoelectric sensors typically have 3 wires. The brown wire supplies positive 24 volts, the blue wire connects to 0 volts, the black wire is the switching output. Begin by connecting the brown wire to the positive terminal block. Then connect the blue wire to the 0-volt terminal block. Finally, connect the black output wire to the relay coil input. Whenever the sensor detects an object, this black wire will provide the switching signal that energizes the relay. Step 6. Wiring the relay. Now we'll complete the relay wiring. Connect terminal A1 of the relay coil to the positive terminal block. The relay coil now receives positive voltage continuously. The black output wire from the photoelectric sensor provides the switching signal that energizes the relay coil whenever the sensor detects an object. When an object enters the sensing range, the sensor energizes the relay coil and the relay contacts change state. Now let's test the circuit. First demonstration, watch carefully as I place an object in front of the sensor. The relay immediately energizes. Now I'll remove the object. Notice what happens. The relay immediately switches off. The output is only active while the sensor detects an object. This is because the sensor only produces a momentary output. As soon as the object leaves the sensing area, the output disappears. Obviously, this isn't what we want for an off-delay circuit. So how do we keep the relay energized after the sensor turns off? The answer is to create a latching circuit. Step 7. Creating the latching circuit. To create the latch, we'll use one of the relay's normally open contacts to hold the relay energized after the sensor switches off. Connect the relay's normally open contact so it can support the sensor output path. When the relay energizes, this contact closes and creates an alternate current path. After the sensor switches off, the relay stays powered through its own contact. This is called a latching circuit or seal-in circuit. Step 8. Integrating the analog off-delay timer. Connect the relay common terminal to terminal 4 of the timer, which is the normally closed contact. Then connect the timer's common terminal to the 0-volt terminal block. Here's what happens. While the timer is energized, the normally closed contact stays closed, keeping the relay latched. The moment power is removed from the timer, it begins counting down. During the countdown, the normally closed contact remains closed. When the preset time expires, the contact opens and breaks the latch. As soon as that contact opens, the latch is broken. The relay de-energizes and the circuit returns to its normal state. That is the operating principle of an analog off-delay timer. Step 9. Adding the indicator lamp. To make the operation easier to observe, let's add an indicator lamp. Connect the negative terminal of the lamp to the relay output. Then connect the positive terminal to the positive terminal block. The indicator lamp now provides a clear visual representation of the relay output throughout the entire timing sequence. Final demonstration. Now the circuit is fully wired. Let's observe the complete operating sequence. I'll place an object in front of the photoelectric sensor. The sensor detects the object. The relay energizes. The timer receives power. The indicator lamp turns on. Now I'll remove the object. The sensor output immediately switches off. However, notice that the relay remains energized. The indicator lamp is still on. The timer has now entered its off-delay period, beginning the sequence that keeps the relay energized for a set time. It begins counting down according to the time you've set on the front dial. During this countdown, the normally closed contact stays closed, keeping the relay latched. Once the preset time expires, the timer opens its normally closed contact and breaks the latching circuit. This breaks the latch. The relay de-energizes. The indicator lamp switches off. The circuit has now completed one full off-delay cycle. And that's how an analog off-delay timer works. In this lesson, we've built the complete control circuit from scratch, explored the function of every component, implemented a latching circuit, and demonstrated how the timer delays the removal of power after the control signal has been removed. If you found this tutorial helpful, consider subscribing to Bob Teaches Tech for more practical industrial automation tutorials, PLC programming lessons, electrical control circuits, and hands-on demonstrations. You can also visit bobteachestech.com, where you'll find the complete wiring diagram, downloadable resources, and many more automation articles designed to help you build your industrial automation skills. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.